Hi, welcome to another TOTS 100 tutorial. Today we're going to walk you through making a blog badge, and that's just an image that's somewhere on your site that when somebody clicks on it, it takes them to another page. Maybe another page within your site or a section or another site entirely. What we need to do first of all is find the image that we're going to use for the blog badge and resize it. You may have a photo that you already own or you've downloaded a stock image. What we need to do is make it around about 200 pixels wide. So that's about this kind of size. What we're going to do is go to picmonkey.com and we have a photo already loaded here. You can do this in iPhoto or Office Picture Manager. One of the nice things though that you can do within PicMonkey is to add some text to your photo. And it's really simple to use. You just type in the text. You can then choose a different colour, you can make the text whatever size you would like, you can centre and align left or right, and basically just play around until you're happy with the text that you have on your site. Once you're finished, we're going to go back to the home page of PicMonkey and we're going to resize this image. So we're going to make it 200 pixels. Once we're done, we can save to the desktop. Okay, next thing we need to do is to put that image onto the internet somewhere. Now, we have a self-hosted blog, so we're going to upload it to our blog's media folder. But you can do this just as easily on a site like PhotoBucket, for example, which is free. So in your dashboard, we're going to go down to Media and choose Add New. From here, all we need to do is choose that file that we just saved to the desktop. And what we'll see here is that there is now a file URL. And this is basically the address on the internet where that picture now lives. What we need to do now is generate some HTML code that allows people to click on that badge and take them to another website. Okay, so here's where things get just a teeny bit technical. What we need to do now is create some HTML that tells our blog what we want to do with this image that we've just created. So here's an example of the code. Now, I'm doing this in Word just so that you can see it, but when you create this code, it's really important that you use a program like TextEdit on a Mac or whatever the text editor is on your computer. If you use a word processor, it adds in additional little bits of code here and there and your code won't work. So you must use it in a text editor, not a word processor. Now there are essentially 4 different bits of the code here and I'll just explain briefly what they are. At the start, we're going to say that we want our badge to be centered. So we div align center. And you can change that to left or right depending on your preferences. The second part of the code is this Href. And what we have there is a URL in quotation marks, and that's basically where you would like that image to click through to, your destination URL. Target equals blank tells the computer to open this particular website in a new window. And that's useful if you want the user to be able to keep your site open while going to look at the new site. If you don't mind about that, you can just take that out. And the final part is this image source, which is what img src means. And that's essentially, remember when we uploaded the image to the blog and we gave it a URL? And we're going to use that there. That tells the computer where to look for the picture. And you can also, there's another option here, you can add an alt tag to your badge, which is a description. And that's good for people who perhaps can't see the picture and are using a screen reader, and also for search engines. It tells the search engine what that picture is about. So what we're going to do first of all is think about where we'd like our picture to click through to. And we're going to have a destination URL. So for the sake of argument, we will use the tech reads section from the TOTS 100 site. So we're going to replace this and we'll put in, we'll just get rid of that extra slash, the destination URL. The next thing we need is the image source. So we're going to go back to our blog and our media page and we'll copy this URL where it says file URL. And again, we go back to the code and inside those quote marks, we're going to paste that URL. We can also add a little description. And we're done. So what we're going to do now is to take that code and copy it. Now, I've done that in a text editor so that it will work. We're going to go back to our blog, and this time on that left-hand sidebar, we're going to click on Appearance and Widgets. We're going to add a new widget. Now, in WordPress, this will be a text widget. And we'll take it over to our sidebar, and we will paste in the code that we've just made. Click on Save. And then if we go and look at the site, we can see our image is now in the sidebar, and if we click through, it takes us to the page that we specified.